when I'd called Rob, we had already asked him to be in our 39th season,
right.
Island of the Idols. We had no idea we were going to call Rob for 40. And I called and said, hey, believe it or not, I'm not calling you about 39. I'm calling you about 40. I know the answer is no, but I have to ask. And he goes, you know what, bro? I'm thinking about it.
He's thinking about it.
Well, while you're thinking about it, do you think Amber would want to do it? No, she wouldn't because of the kids.
Right.
But I'm going to talk to her, and I think she will.
And she did it.
And she did it.
Every season of Survivor is a story. There are main characters, sidekicks, comic reliefs, and villains. A good season of Survivor tells a compelling story that has you rooting for someone and against someone else in hopes that it all ends in a satisfying conclusion. Each story that we look at together will go through one character's journey from beginning to end, from the time they are introduced until they inevitably get their torch snuffed or win the game. We will look at every character moment and strategic move to determine whether they are a hero or a villain, and whether they were a good or bad strategist. And with that, welcome to Once Upon an Island. For reference, we are only going to be observing what the TV show is showing us and what stories being told through the show. No future seasons will be mentioned, as the story and characters here have no idea about what happens in those future seasons. Secret scenes and behind the scenes footage may be included to flesh out the story, and all character moments and strategic moves are interpreted with the mindset of what the story is trying to tell us. And now with that,
39 days, 20 people, 1 survivor.
Here we are, season 40, winners at war. They finally did it. The logo has a number on it for some reason. That's the first time ever for that. But survivors in Fiji again for the 8th time. And what's most important though is that like I said, they did it. It's 20 winners, including Boston Rob, Amber, Sandra, Parvati, and Tyson, all players Rob has played with before, and one that he has 4 kids with. The new school winner to old school winner ratio this season is completely imbalanced, but a good player should be able to skirt that issue. Amber even says beating Rob again would be awesome, but more importantly is that Sandra, she's ticked. She's ticked to see Rob here.
I'm shocked to see Rob and Amber. I spent 36 days with Boston Rob on Island of the Idols, and Boston Rob never told me that he was playing again.
Got your wife here, huh?
And so I definitely feel betrayed. When I got invited to do 40, I was already on Island of the Idols, season 39. And it wasn't until halfway through that Jeff said to me, would you consider ever playing? And Boston Rob said no right off the bat. And I was like, Jeff, sign me up. It's very rare for me to take something so personal and to feel so hurt about it. But back on Island of the Idols, Boston Rob told me that he would never come out here. I said I didn't want to play with my emotions out here. I wanted to play a strategic game, but it's just that every time I see Amber, which is all day, I just think about it. So if the opportunity arises, Amber would be among the first to go, if I have anything to say about that.
Interesting. There is no way Winners at War was thrown together at the last second. So either Jeff is lying about Rob and Amber being the catalyst for the season, aka they would have been like the first people asked, or Rob just lied to Sandra for no good reason, or both. I mean, I'm unsure, but no matter what, Sandra's hurt and that's what matters for the story. Jeff says, welcome you fine looking winners. Heads up, when you're voted off this season, you get to go live at the edge of extinction where you get a chance to win your way back into the game twice. We also now have a new currency called fire tokens that the narrator of this video will explain because they're complicated. I'll just explain them as we go along. And the prize this season is $2 million. It's a lot to take in. Rob lands on the Blue Sele tribe with Amber on the Red Dakal tribe. They then have their first reward and immunity challenge, and Rob's tribe gets killed. Rob is the only one on the tribe to score them a point, but they still lose handily. It's that fast, they're already going to tribal council. So, upon arriving at their camp,
obviously I have a huge target on myself. I just was on season 39 where they built an idol of me.
You got a statue built of him.
Yeah.
Do any of us have a statue?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Unfortunately, now we have to start to build a shelter and vote somebody off. The game is on already.
So, do you want to work together this season?
That would be a change, wouldn't it?
I feel like I'm asking you to prom or something.
Do you want to give me a corsage? Do you want to take some time to get some flowers and then make it official? How do you want to play it?
We got an uphill battle. Slow at first. I don't think we should let the new school people like dictate how it's gonna go.
The last time you were coming at me, so...
Well, because we didn't get on the same page from the beginning. So I said to myself, this time, let's see if we get on the same page from the outset.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm down.
Okay. Let's have fun.
Good on Rob to make amends with Parvati, but people seeing these statues of Rob and Sandra from last season is a big deal. Naturally, the other winners are jealous. I mean, they are human after all. And I hate this for Rob and Sandra, as those statues should have never been seen by the other winners at all. They haven't seen the season, so all they know is that there's big statues, and whatever Rob and Sandra tells them is what they have to guess. Maybe this is truthful. They don't know if Rob and Sandra are lying to them. They have no idea what that last season was. They just see big statues of Rob and Sandra, and jealousy ensues. Island of the Idols now sucks for yet another reason. Parvati tells Rob, I can't believe you have 4 kids, and he says, yeah, I finally found something I'm good at. Interpret that as you will. However, over on the Dakal tribe, Yule mentions a poker alliance that consists of Rob, Kim, Jeremy, and Tyson. I am blown away that Yule even knows about this. But what is made worse is that him and others take it serious and not as the throwaway joke that it was, because these people are playing poker at some point and they're like, hey, if we're ever back on the island, we should make an alliance. Ho, yeah, ho. It's like not a serious thing. I'm sure stuff like that's said all the time. It just happened to be on TV. Actually, it's on YouTube. You can watch it. Rob really can't catch a break. Heck, even on Cele, Danny wants to target Rob. Like, bro, what? But Rob is no slouch as he talks to Ben and...
Whose names you heard? I've heard yours. Who said my name? You're not gonna tell me? That's like getting off on the wrong foot, Ben. No. Like, why are you not trusting? No, I'm trying to remember who said it first. Come on. See this right now? Why you not telling me? Kind of make me feel like I can't trust you, bro.
Danny.
Danny threw out my name? If I ask you a question right now, will you tell me the truth? Somebody came to me and told me that you already threw my name out. Is it true?
Well, yeah, I threw everybody. I mean, everybody's a target. Yeah.
The fact that you told me the truth right now, I respect it so much.
I'm totally
and I'm totally willing to work with you.
So at this point, it looks like there might be an old school alliance coming together. Ethan, Parvati, Danny, myself. The old school guys, we got to rapport with each other.
See, this is what they don't do, the new school people. They don't like have conversations and like get to know anybody, you know?
It takes the right personality to pull this off, but what Rob did just there, he has done every season, and it seemingly works a lot for him. It's just not likely to fly for very long with people who are game savvy, aka winners. There's also a target on Adam and Denise's back because they got lost looking for the water well on day 1, and Adam's like, what? How is that a bigger deal than Natalie and Jeremy, who played on the same season, and Boston Rob and Amber's marriage, as he says? Rob really can't catch a break. He needed to come out here solo and not have been on Island of the Idols, but we can't reverse time, can we? This is the most dire start I've ever seen for him. Rob does deflect by saying Amber is on another beach, so how is that a big threat when Natalie and Jeremy are on the same beach together? And it looks like the target is going to be Natalie. Rob and Parvati then joke with each other about how stupid everyone else is to not vote them off first. I mean, why would you want to tempt fate by saying that? We then go to Tribal, where Rob says the game moves at a lightning fast speed now, and he is right. And it's not just because of the players. I mean, literally, the game's moving at lightning fast speed. We had 0 time from the time the season started to just like enjoy life. Like, we had to have an immunity challenge right away. We have to have a tribal council right away. There's just no time for anything. It's a lot. So they all vote, and...
First person voted out of Survivor, winners at war, Natalie. Natalie, the tribe has spoken.
The premiere is a double header, so we jump to the second half where Sandra is still very upset Rob lied to her. I mean, she is not over this, and tells the others on to call that Amber needs to go immediately. Honestly, Amber going to the edge of extinction might be the best thing for Rob's game. I hate to say it, but one of those two has got to go to help the other one, and this is a video about Rob, so we're rooting for Amber to go. Rob's tribe does win immunity. Amber is indeed voted out first of Dakal. Yeah, it's a lot of strategy. Now here's a secret scene from the premiere that should have been left in the show.
Last night, I realized that the rice is so good.
I can swallow it, and then I can regurgitate it, and then swallow it again.
What?
So I eat it. And it's so good I swallow it. So I prove that I swallow it because it's not in my mouth.
This is unreal.
Blah! Right? It's not. Is it in my mouth or is it not? Jeremy, is it in my mouth?
It's not in your mouth.
Now, when you want the rice back in my mouth?
Oh, okay. Right now.
So how are you even hungry? You should just be doing that all day.
Yeah, right?
You are the most surprising dude.
You are like part bird, right? Isn't that what the mama birds do to the babies?
Yes, that's what they
That's what you do. You're a mama bird. Thank you.
By the way, did you know that Patreon is free to sign up for? Yes, that is the place where I give updates, post videos early, and have you all pick what I make. Now has a free option. Link in the description. You can cancel anytime, and there's a 15% discount if you do sign up for a year. Thank you for your support. Episode 2 sees Rob receiving a fire token from the last player voted off, because when you're voted off in this game, you get to bequeath your fire token to someone still in the game. And he goes, oh, it was probably Amber. And I'll let you know, he was correct. I mean, I told you before, but yeah, he's correct. And Rob says, if Sandra caused this, then this is a war between them. Well. I know Rob is emotionally upset, but he really needed Amber to go to the edge to help lower his threat level somewhat. As of right now, he is aligned with Parvati, Ethan, and Danny, even though Danny tried targeting him. They're in an alliance, believe it or not. All old school winners, but he needs a new schooler or two to really solidify him in this game. Rob knows this as well, as we see in the secret scene.
If we get to the challenge today and Amber's gone, they're gonna assume that I got the token. I get it, it puts a little bit of a target on me, but the fact of the matter is, a classic mistake in Survivor is people panic, and you have to remain calm under pressure. I'm trying to position all my pawns in a way that when it's time to strike, I can do it effortlessly. Survivor's a lot like a chess game, and the strategy in the beginning of the game is to set yourself up for a deep run. And that's what I'm trying to do. You have to have plan A, plan B, and plan C in place. And at this point, that's what I got as options.
We then go to the immunity challenge, where Rob sees that sure enough his wife has been voted out. But there's no time for that. We have an immunity challenge where Rob and Denise do the puzzle and they lose to Sandra and Sophie. I thought Rob was a puzzle master. This wasn't even close. Back at camp, Ethan rips Rob a new one.
Dude, you suck today. Bro, I tried hard. You weren't much better. No.
When did Ethan become so funny? I have no idea. I mean, if I recall correctly, he was serious in Africa and All Stars and a bit more lighthearted on The Amazing Race, but now Ethan's just like straight up funny. When did this happen? But back to nonstop strategy. Oh, no time for fun and games on this season, buddy. Danny feels left out of the old school winner alliance, so she talks to Ethan with Ben present and mentions to Ethan how Rob wants to stay old school strong, which is fine to say to Ethan, but Ben's right there. Ethan's blown away, Ben's blown away, and I'm blown away. Danny tries to backtrack this statement, but the stupid damage has already been done. There is now a clear divide in the tribe that people kind of suspected, but Danny just confirmed it. Ethan tells Rob what Danny did, and Danny then talks to Rob and says, hey, I want Parvati out. And Rob says, are you sure you want Parvati out? She's like, yes. And he's like, all right, I guess we'll vote out Parvati. And Danny thinks she convinced Rob to vote off Parvati. He's like, no way, Danny's nuts. I'm not voting off Parvati. Adam says he also wants Parvati out, but he's too afraid to go against the Robfather for fear of what would happen. So we go to tribal council, where talks of an idol existing are on everyone's mind. So Rob says, screw it, everyone stand up and dump out your bag. Surprisingly, everyone does it. I'm blown away. Rob does not find out who was the idol though, despite this move, and frankly for this story, it doesn't matter, trust me. So they all go to vote, and
Third person voted out of Survivor, winners of war. Danny. Danny, the tribe has spoken.
I think cutting Danny was risky, but then again, she has been gunning for Rob since the beginning. Episode 3 starts with Rob tickling Adam's nose to wake him up, and Adam says Rob is only successful when he's on top, when he's in control. If Rob wants to succeed in this game, he will have to adapt and play something different, a different style. And I think Adam might just be mad he was woken up early. But then the new school winners chat about getting out Parvati. Why? Well, they think if Parvati's gone, then Rob will join us. Now, there's no precedent for this. Rob has to be the leader or he lashes out. That's all we've ever seen of him on Survivor. Never has Rob submitted to others on this show. Anyways, Rob blows the immunity challenge. Again, it's a puzzle too. And back at camp, Adam warns Rob that Parvati's next. Rob says, Wow, Adam, thank you so much for telling me. But then says, Adam is crazy and I'm going to use this to burn him.
Adam is going to blindside Parvati, and I'm supposed to be okay with that. I'm thinking, is this kid crazy? I know he's seen me play on TV. He's seen every episode. He knows everything. I don't play like that.
Like the Adam versus Denise versus Ben scenario.
Never mind that. We know that's fake.
Well,
I know what's up. Like, I know.
What you just said over there,
I know the plan to blindside Parv. Let's blindside Adam. He told me the whole plan.
He told you it's me?
He told me it's you.
He told you it's me?
I'm supposed to be good with it.
Because Adam's trying to blindside me, it's gotta be Adam. So then we're all voting for Adam?
yeah.
I'm ready to pounce on Adam, devour that guy, and just spit out his bones on edge of extinction.
Rob is overplaying his hand. His intimidation tactics can only get him so far against people who know what they're doing. We then go to tribal council where again, the statues of Rob and Sandra are brought up for another reason why they are threats. And man, production did them so dirty not hiding those from the other players. So they all go to vote and...
First vote, Parvati. Adam. Adam, that's 2 votes Adam. Adam, that's 3 votes Adam. Ethan. Ethan, we're tied. 4th person voted out a survivor. Winners at war. Ethan, the tribe has spoken.
Well, that sucks. What did Ethan do? Rob and Parvati are in a pickle and seem to be at the mercy of what everyone else wants now. That's what happens when you make an alliance that doesn't have the numbers. Michelle then talks to Rob about how the discourse among fans is that she didn't deserve her win against Aubrey on her season, and Rob says, that's nonsense. A win is a win. If you get it, you earned it. That's that. Which I feel is true, don't get me wrong, but that has to be something Rob says quite often to Amber, and I'm guessing to himself. Adam then talks to Rob, but doesn't give him anything to work with, and Adam knows anything he says can and will be used against him in the court of Rob. But do you think Rob cares? No, he says, I'll just make something up and use that against Adam anyways. So?
What should I do about Adam? Because he keeps trying to talk to me. You know what I mean?
Wow, Adam went and opened his big mouth again. He's playing both sides over and over and over again. I'm so sick of it. So what name would you feel comfortable with right now?
Right now is Adam. Like, I don't trust Adam at all. Like, Adam gotta go.
I mean, it worked? ? I guess. We'll see. At the immunity challenge, Rob and Michelle pull out an incredible come from behind victory. Yes, Rob finally pulled out a puzzle. And in episode 5, something devastating occurs. They swap tribes. Historically, a tribe swap has done Rob in. In Marquesas, he lost control once it happened. In All-Stars, it caused him to make that infamous deal with Lex that caused Rob to lose at the end. And here, we shall see. Rob is on the new Green Yara tribe because for some reason Survivor and Sarah loves to go from 2 to 3 tribes and just screws over that new 3rd tribe. Rob's on the new screwed 3rd tribe. He's there with Ben, Adam, Sophie, and Sarah. AKA Rob is without any allies. Their new beach has nothing, and Rob is without anyone. Great! Sophie and Sarah immediately identify that the men are not together, and everyone goes out and looks for an idol on this new beach. Rob tries to play dumb, and he's like, I don't even know how to look for an idol. And Adam's like, didn't you find one on your season? And Rob doesn't find the idol. That's what's important here. They lose immunity, and back at camp, Rob makes a promise to Ben and Adam to not write their names down. They agree. They say, let's vote off Sarah. And that's when Rob pulls an old trick out of his book.
They're gonna run off and try to have conversations. Unless we go back to camp, we sit at camp together, the 3 of us, the whole friggin' time. And nobody goes off and has any conversations with anyone else. In the past, in a situation like this, I use something called the buddy system, which means basically myself, Ben, and Adam need to be with each other all the time these girls are around, so that they can't try to create any commotion.
It's just boring. Nobody can leave, nobody can talk. That doesn't allow us the opportunity to really play and maneuver.
Rob's energy around camp is really negative. It would feel a lot more comfortable if I could have a legitimate conversations with Adam and Ben, but that's Rob's style of play. He implements the buddy system, but I mean, this is the buddy system on steroids.
I don't either. Here's the thing. I do not like this. Ben and Adam think this is a good way to play Survivor. Because he's in it. Rob's in it.
Adam said it best, Rob is only good when he's in charge, and he is not in charge anymore. Plus, the show doesn't mention this, but Rob can't be keeping an eye on everyone when he's off doing his confessionals talking about his buddy system. The others definitely got the chance to talk, they just didn't show it on the show. So they all go to vote, and...
Sorry, just got stuck on the wrong side of the numbers.
First vote, Sarah. Rob. Rob. 2 votes, Rob. 6th person voted out of Survivor. Winners at war. Rob. That's 3. That's enough. Rob, the tribe has spoken. Time to go.
They got me. I was optimistic going into tribal, but let's be real. I got a pretty big reputation in this game, so the best thing to do is to get me out early. But just because I'm on the edge of extinction doesn't mean I'm not winning this game. I'm just taking a little vacation to see my friends and my wife. I'll be back.
I did not want to see you. Look at the smile on my face. I'm beaming. I'm very happy to see him, which is not what I should feel. I should be so mad. Ugh.
Did they give a reason why they voted me out? Was it like...
It hurt me.
So it wasn't anything personal?
Get yourself together. Ethan's so much funnier than he used to be.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, from the moment this season started, everyone's ticked at Rob that he even had a statue and his wife's here. Sandra's like, why? He didn't tell me. It was a long time coming. Rob's best bet is to re-enter the game and hope that there's other chaos happening, that people aren't really focusing on him when he comes back. In episode 7, Parvati and Sandra show up to the edge, and Sandra just leaves. She says, why bother when the challenge to re-enter is gonna be something super physical? It makes sense. Later on, everyone on the edge gets a note that says, on this island are 4 fire tokens. Go. Tyson calls Rob a portly chap and finds one immediately, and no one seemingly finds the other 3 of them. Everyone is confused, and Tyson says, I guess no one has them then? But here's the secret. Rob actually found them earlier. Yeah, Rob found 3 of the 4 fire tokens and says, I'm the best to ever play. I mean, that's a big statement. So now it is episode 8, and this is it. This is the first of 2 chances to re-enter the game. Amber gives Rob the 1 fire token she has, so he has 4. With that, he is able to buy an advantage in the challenge to re-enter the game, and he can buy an idol. So if he gets back in the game, he can use the idol. The idol's worthless on the edge of extinction. Upon arriving at the challenge, it is hard to not notice that every single player from seasons 20 and before have been voted off. It's like an anti-heroes versus villains season. The new school winners play dumb and they're like, what? No, what? We know this was not planned. But come on now, let's be real. So they all compete to get back in and
go! First stage, you've got to untie 3 bags of sticks, living on extinction for this moment right here. Tyson uses his advantage, does not have to dig, and Yule is going to have to dig.
Look at this thing. It's deep. That's brutal, man.
Rob has his ball. All he has to do is drop that little white ball at the top of this track. Yule is in there now. Yule had no advantage, but he is in with everybody else. Yule, slow and steady. You cannot get too aggressive or you risk losing everything. Right now, it is Tyson in the lead, then Yule and Rob at the same spot, trying to catch up.
No.
Yule thinks he's in trouble. Can he save it? No, Yule loses everything. Has to start again. And he's got it! Tyson is back in!
yeah, Rob didn't get back in, and he has no more fire tokens now. So him and Amber will need to garner some before the final challenge to get back in so he has a chance. Now, if he does get back in, he still gets the idol though that he bought. Upon returning back to the edge, the players say, this sucks. It feels like there was a schoolyard pick to play a game and we were all rejected. Rob says it's okay though, he'll turn this garbage hand into a winner still. Episode 9 sees them get a chance to find an advantage on the island and sell to someone in the game for a price that they choose. Interesting. Parvati does that and shares the reward with her friends. Nice. Episode 10 is a dull one as nothing is happening. Until...
Oh my God, it's our families! Oh my God! bring family members here, it's like you never knew we were suffering ever. Everybody's so happy. Everybody has energy. Nobody's thinking about hunger. Nobody's thinking about anything else. Like we've escaped for a few moments, and we're as happy as can be.
This is the one time on Survivor when you are yourself with your family and you can see people just be themselves with the people that they love the most.
How sweet. I mean, a total waste of time in the episode proper, but we can't change that now, can we? We then jump to episode 12 where they get a new challenge. The first 6 players, because there's 11 on the edge right now, the first 6 players to retrieve 20 coconuts. By bringing them back one at a time, we'll get 2 fire tokens. The 5 who are in last place, aka they're not the top 6, they don't get anything. Rob starts strong, but as Tyson said, he is a portly chap, so he does slow down a bit, but that doesn't matter as much as when Rob takes a nasty fall on the rocks that does him in.
Oh! Ah! I slipped and fell and cracked my elbow. I just felt it. Like, I tried to shake it off, but like, I knew I was done. I said I wasn't gonna care if I didn't win, you know, but I do.
How's it going again?
Why? Why does he keep on going?
Because he has a lot of pride.
It was hard to see him still going to get those coconuts well after it was finished. That shows you that he's not a quitter and that he's gonna keep on fighting.
I know we are now on to part 8 of the Robfather, so it shouldn't amaze me, but it still does. The show's love for Rob never ceases to amaze me. Episode 13 sees everyone saying this is finally our last day on the edge. Amber says getting to be out here with Rob in this environment where they could just get to slow down is really nice. But time to move on to business. Him and Amber have 0, count them, 0 fire tokens, so he can't buy a single advantage in the challenge. Natalie Anderson has 3 advantages. Talk about an imbalance, and you know what that means. Rob has a massive uphill battle. Since COVID ruined this season while it aired, having a live finale, the show got some pre-recorded video of every winner, and I'm gonna pause right here so you can see that Rob and Amber are sitting in front of the artwork of the Red Sox that they were gifted on the CBS wedding special they had back in 2005. It's actually super cool. It's a super deep cut. The show's never gonna mention it, and truly I had to pause and be like, is that the same art? And it is. So, all right, let's be real. Boston Rob is competitive in this final challenge, but Natalie had 3 advantages, and no amount of editing can cover that up. So, clearly she wins, and Rob loses. It was never fair to begin with.
Amber, why are you out here?
I didn't come here for me. I only came here for one person, and I came here for him. I never thought I had a chance in hell to win this time around, because even when you read my name as the All-Star winner, I knew that nobody really felt like I deserved it. Everybody felt that this guy deserved it.
We came out here to show our kids. You try, you don't quit, you don't give up, and you do your best. And their mother's the toughest woman in this world. She stayed out there that whole time, made rice for everybody every single day, never complained. This is a woman that's a champion.
They're all voted off, sure, but all these winners being together in Ponderosa does make for some fun videos. We see Amber worry that she disappointed Rob, but he isn't disappointed in her. He is so proud of her, and their love is really sweet. Amber then jokes that Rob looks like he did back in season 8, and now he's hot again.
My roommate is Rob, and they asked me if I wanted to room with somebody else, but I said, he'll be offended. I have to choose him. No, he's told me at least 100 or 200 times probably how he's falling in love with me all over again. He loves me so much. He appreciates me so much. He feels like it's back in the beginning when we were just falling in love or just dating. Like he's like overwhelmed with all this love for me, and it's so nice.
That would actually be hilarious if Amber really did pick someone else as her roommate. I mean, it's not her personality, but it would have been hilarious. Rob then gets a couples massage with Tyson and says, I have done this way more with Tyson than with Amber, which has Tyson joking that he's the only one around here who calls Rob Rob. Even Amber calls him Boston Rob. We then cut to Amber saying that when Rob came back from Heroes vs. Villains and told her that he had made friends with Tyson, she's like, Tyson? He's such a jerk. And Rob's like, no, trust me, Tyson's legit. and Amber says it's the only time Rob's been right about something.
20 hours later, and I've already gained 9.5 pounds back. 9.6 to be exact.
I've gained 6.8 pounds in 24 hours.
My man, catch up. Yeah. I'm still the leader in the clubhouse.
You're my inspiration to gain more weight.
You'll get there.
Someday I hope I can look obese like you.
Follow my lead. Follow my lead, skinny boy.
So let's break this down. How is Boston Rob as a character? Boston Rob is the same as he is every season, except he has no power this time. So the show leans into the one they love and let him be an anti-hero again for the first time, the only time, since Heroes vs. Villains. Sure, some people openly state they don't like him, but what else is new? Whenever Rob had an opportunity to be pumped up by the show, they did it. And why not? This is essentially his Survivor swan song, barring something crazy happening in the future. Out of 19 character moments shown on the show, 13 were anti-heroic and 6 were villainous, making Boston Rob an anti-hero on Survivor Winners at War. Now, how is Boston Rob as a strategist? He wasn't in control, so he just kind of sucked. Rob can only play from the top and is not adaptable. If he doesn't have power, he fails, and he didn't have any power here. It sounds basic, and I wish I could go deeper than that, but that's really it. He didn't have power, so he sucked. It's the truth. Out of 31 strategic moments shown on the show, 11 were smart and 20 were dumb, making Boston Rob a dumb strategist on Survivor Winners at War. Thanks for watching, and doubly thanks for liking and subscribing. I'll see you all next time.